Chiefs. But I feel like that combination, no Brady, no Belichick and everything, I feel like there's a decent portion of the nation that are rooting for New England. And or
Just to
not
put
hating them.
are they
Not
wanting
hating them.
putting the Brady Belichick what's it called error dynasty to bed?
Yeah, and like, this is new, and I'm not saying that they're rooting for them, but they don't hate them.
Yet.
And then it's also bothering me that, I mean, Brady Belichick gone, Legion of Boom gone, and both these teams find themselves not just back in the playoffs, but back in the Super Bowl, rematch of 2015, and my Jets are nowhere closer to where they've been to the playoffs, let alone the Super Bowl.
I have
in that 11-year span.
I have seen that joke go around. Like, if you are a team that has yet to have your respective team even sniff anything close to late playoffs, it's just like, how do you feel about that? Or I feel bad because I can imagine how you feel, just feeling just out of, like, you can't even play in this playground. Not on the look, coaching hires. I feel sorry for fan bases that hate their coaching hires. I'm like, this is going to be a tough offseason for the NFL. For the typical NFL fan who doesn't know how far they are away from being who they want to be. I just feel bad for them. Okay. That being said, phone lines are open. 8150-93. Wait a minute. First and foremost, what's the most important thing? If you're here listening to the show, I hope you made it here safe and sound. I hope you made it here with as much LG&E, as much spectrum, as much neighborly help with the with the snow and with the neighborly aid, and I can't lie, there's a little piece of me, a small piece, that wants you to feel guilty for going overboard on the doomsday shopping. I mean, not that I want your food to like spoil or anything. All that food that you bought, all those gallons of milk and bread. Not that, Mom, what are we having for breakfast? Cereal, boy. What are we having for lunch? Cereal, boy. What are we having for dinner? Cereal, boy. We gonna eat cereal for the next 10 days straight till we get all this milk out of here. Little something in me, good people, that says, you knew you bought too much stuff. And somebody made this joke to me this morning. This is a terrible joke, Nikki. How many generators are going back? And if somebody knows, please tell me what the policy is. Because I can't imagine if we're kind of back on the road by tomorrow, which, good people, listen, sit tight. I'm getting ready to get into the Virginia Tech conversation. If we're back on the road for the most part by tomorrow, is there going to be a policy change about returning generators? I hope you at least had the sense enough not to open it if you didn't absolutely need it. I hope you didn't open it up to just give it a test run. Because, boy, I don't know what it's going to be, a restocking fee or something crazy. Ugh, that one makes me, whew. But, yeah, if you know the policies about people returning generators, let me know. Text it in, 3831-939. The YouTube will be up and running shortly, but it's kind of hard to bring it up while we're hosting a show. Good people, Virginia Tech. I started out the game, in the previewing of the Virginia Tech game. There was going to be a lot of reasons to not expect the proper energy from both your team and the fan base. Listen, the moving up of the game, although very, very helpful, it still was right on that edge. And people really, really stuck it out. I mean, listen, you did your thing on that. I cannot hate it all. I didn't expect it. When that game started, I felt the rush of adrenaline. I don't know how much, I'm sure not at all, but I'm sure it gets whispers in the hallways of knowing it might not be a good game. Like, even as much as Coach Kelsey preaches, do not get on your social media, as much as he probably tried to shield them from worrying about the weather. And I know you talk about the things you can control, the weather and injuries, whatever. I know he tried not to make that a thing, but you could not help but to avoid it. And yet again, like I said, when we talk about basketball and we point out things that can get better, and we point out things that are not good yet, and we point out all these things, you want to give credit for the preparation, the you were ready to go. Again, one of my top 3 things that helps me leave games early: if you were there, ready to play, lathered up, good game plan at the beginning of the game, 55% or more of my worries go out the window. The result is going to be the result. There, like I said, there's a few fundamental things that I look for. I look for the emphasis, and you can usually see the emphasis, the coach's emphasis, in the first couple of plays of the game. The first, let's say the first 4-minute stretch, fatigue kicks in, rhythm of the game kicks in. Guys sometimes start reverting back to some bad habits, and you try to stay locked in as much as you can at keeping guys doing consistent, repeatable motions, which is something we're going to talk about later on in the show. But again, being ready to play, I thought from the very beginning Virginia Tech was ready to steal a win on the road, and I thought Coach Kelsey and the Louisville Cardinal basketball team was ready to prevent any kind of road upset, any kind of saving Virginia Tech to keep them on the bubble, or first in, first out. Louisville was not ready to participate in that at all, and I really that was the first part. Okay, Mikel Brown Jr. Nikki, are the phones open for the Mikel Brown Jr. conversation?
They are indeed.
Okay, they are indeed. Now, you're going to have to you're going to have to kind of separate the conversations of Mikel Brown Jr. What do I mean by that? Mikel Brown Jr., we can talk about his basketball game, his individual basketball game, and what he can do on a basketball court. Another tributary of this conversation is what changes about the basketball team and individuals, because there's some people I think he makes better, some people not so much. Got to have that conversation. The third thing, something Mikel brings to the table exposes what Louisville can and can't be. All 3 conversations. But first and foremost, you start with props. You're ready to go. You are locked in. You did not look jittery. Kudos to, just the best case scenario, Javon Hadley takes that really physical, hard jump stop in the lane, gets that ball to Mikel Brown, no hesitation. He pulls it. You could hear the sigh of relief from the crowd. I feel like you could see the sigh of relief, and I think his sigh of relief is like, if you talk about the Mikel Brown, a poker tale for him is how turned up he was after hitting the open three, right? Last time we saw Mikel Brown, he was kind of a cool, kind of cool, which I thought the rest of the team was kind of rubbing off on him with the cool demeanor. But he was so boisterous, excited. I didn't know of how aggressive it was. I didn't know. Do you know the other player on that team? After you hit that shot, do you have something going on personally already? Like, damn, the game just started. Cat Williams would say, "Are you gangbanging at breakfast? Like, what's wrong with you?" Like, that's how I felt when I saw him. When I saw Mikel Brown Jr., just really, really excited. I mean, okay, put it this way. I don't know if he was cussing or not, but he looked like he was. And I was here for it. Especially the game version of E. Now, the athletic psychological basketball, just psychological evaluation. I'm like, I feel you too. Like, it's a good feeling when that first shot go in, when some people are looking at you a little closer, judge you. Did you notice that he cut off one of his sleeves, Nikki?
Did he?
He wears a T-shirt underneath, and he cut off one sleeve, right? Nikki, I don't know if you know this or not, but because his undershirt is so small, he's not gonna deal with this problem later on in life. Okay, now I'll set that up. Nikki, do you ever look at some of your looks that you went with back in the day, and some of them you can say, okay, that was just a style, and then sometimes you like, no, I was just doing too much right then.
Yeah.
Now, there was a time when a one sleeve was the thing to do, right? The only problem with the one sleeve era is that it also coincided with the triple X baggy era. So you would have one chicken wing, flapping on one side of your shirt, and the other side of your shirt, it would just be skin. So it would look so exaggerated because you have this big triple X T-shirt on the left side, triple X wing sleeve, extra long, extra baggy, all that stuff. And then your right side, just bare bones, skin to shoulders. And those didn't age well. And when your kids, or the I almost said an offensive word. Hold up. Sorry, Nikki, I had to sneeze real hard. Let's just say hold on. Sorry. Listen, it was funny.
Oh man, dude, when it hits me, man, I'll sneeze. I did this since I was a kid. I'll sneeze either 4 times, 8 times, or 12 times.
Nikki,
every time.
And there is no way, as much as I love this job, and I love that people are sitting here listening, waiting to talk about Virginia Tech. And listen, and if the phone lines hit, just whisper in my ear. Listen, or say it on air, whatever. I'm not holding in a sneeze for anybody, because it's just like that. The pressure release of a sneeze is just like, I'm either gonna sneeze into this microphone, or I'll try to be as quick as I can when I mute it. For nobody. But yeah, point being, the era of the baggy shirt mixed with the one arm sleeve did not age well. And if your kids or the young people of the next generation see how silly that looks, it's like, laughing about dad's little shorts back in, 85 or whatever, like you just got to eat those jokes. But yeah.
I remember seeing some photos of Pops with the long hair, the short shorts.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he even had a dirty stash at some point.
Yeah, just dad, you got to eat these jokes. No, you sit there, you don't justify it, You just sit there and I'm going to laugh at you and say a grown man at no time in history should be wearing shorts that short out in public. Oh, but that was a style. I don't care. You were supposed to be smart enough to know that you're going to have a wife and kids one day and they're going to see this picture. But I blame you for not having the foresight to protect your family from looking at these videos. Okay. Mikel Brown. Glad he hit that first shot. You know, it was such a relief for me. His game by itself, he did not force. He did not force. You want him to play aggressive. That shot goes in. I was probably most proud of him for not having any forced plays, especially when that first shot goes in. Especially when, like I said, you maybe you don't hear the whispers, but the whispers are around, you know. And for you not to force, not to feel pressure, just get in there, do your job, keep it under control, do the plays can make happen, and let the rest, once you got comfortable and once you start pressing, or not pressing, but pushing the envelope, getting yourself right. I say, you know what? That is an ideal game. Now, Virginia Tech is I want to say it's a good snack for you to get ready for Duke. And I only call Virginia Tech a snack because of how good I believe Duke is. And the levels and the attention to detail are going to be a lot different. Although Coach Young, excellent coach. There's no disrespect on that end. But the Duke thing is going to be a whole nother level. Okay. That's Mikel Brown quick version, Cliff Notes version. What is the yellow? What's the yellow book? Is it Cliff Notes?
Yeah, that was Cliff Notes, right? And then it was like the Complete Idiot's Guide to XYZ. But no, Cliff Notes, I think was yellow. Cliff Notes was yellow.
Okay,
yeah.
I believe Cliff Notes, but listen, Mandela effect kicks in. You're going to go, oh no, Cliff Notes was blue. You're going to be like, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I lived on this planet and Cliff Notes were yellow. Okay.
Confirmed. They are indeed yellow.
Okay. I said you kind of have to break it up into him individually. Like I said, individually, I thought he played well. He brought a burst, a first step. He brought a level of confidence, to the side. And here's the thing, Nikki. Let this not go unnoticed, untalked about. I don't know if anybody else said this, but you might talk about pressure of performing. I know a lot, like I said, I know a lot of us downplay the pressure of performing once you add money in it. Basically, if money's the conversation, that eliminates all empathy to, unfortunately, a great deal of people. I'm not talking about the pressure on Mikel Brown. Whether or not you believe there is pressure on him to perform well, like I said, limited number of games, good games missed, all that stuff. Whether or not you talk about that pressure, you want to acknowledge that pressure or whatever you believe, there was a great weight of pressure on the current Louisville Cardinal roster for two reasons. Number one, you got to win. You got to win. You got some early season losses. You know what the goal is. You know what your ACC standings are. You just purely have to win before anything else. If there is no Mikel Brown, if there is, you got to win. But those losses that you had without Mikel Brown, you can explain those away with the not having Mikel Brown until you get him back. If you get Mikel Brown back and lose, imagine living here and everybody's thinking Yeah, we just got to imagine what your Kentucky rival, friend, co-worker, associate, they're giving away pinkies to not have Louisville win their first game when Mikel Brown comes back. And you feel it. When he comes back, there's there's not going to be a Kanai. Like Marcus Maben can say this matchup needed a Kanai Roots when I'm sitting in my living room. Because it's my own intelligence. People, let's just say I talk to regularly, let's just say 50 to 65 experts, basketball experts, either through, backline social media, either text message, like I said, former players, pros all over the place, analysts, coaches. I have about a 60 round of expert opinions. And with those expert opinions, everybody knows a couple of things that it's not even worth it to talk about. I can tell you something, but to have a social media engagement, because there's like goalpost moving media that I try to stay on the sports side of it. Because once the goalpost moving media of expectations gets to doing their thing, then I'm fighting on too many fronts, or I'm having discussions or back and forth on too many different fronts. You got to win when Mikel Brown gets back on that team, right? I mean, it's paramount, because now, even with the tournament committee, it explains away. You win when he gets back. It explains away what happened when he was missing. So if you're Isaac McNeely, there's more pressure. And I think you saw more pressure on Isaac McNeely. Adrian Woolley, got to tighten up. You got to tighten up. There's more pressure. It's more pressure to be able to play with Mikel Brown. It's more pressure to keep guys looking fluent. Like there's a big gravitational pull that returns to the team with Mikel Brown. Let's talk about another fun thing that I thought was fun. And fun because it's going to be fun watching them figure it out. And it could go left or right. It could be a speeding car crash. Mikel Brown and Ali Khalifa.
Ooh.
Mikel Brown, Ali Khalifa. When they're on the court together, who is the facilitator? Let's take a quick commercial break, get a reset here on 93.9 The Ville.
If it's Louisville basketball, we're talking about it.
He just played to exhaustion today. 28 minutes. I just remember a couple times he came over and just these blotches on his face. And I'm like, you need one? And he never asked to come out of the game. He goes, Coach, I need one. So got him out before the media, but he made big-time plays for us. It was great to see him back out there again. I know his teammates were happy to have him back out there, too.
Right here on your play-by-play home of the Cards, 93.9 The Ville and the ESPN Louisville app.
Hey Louisville, this is Eliza and Zach, the owners of Feel Good Sourdough, and we've got big news.
We're now baking up magic at our brand new spot inside Logan Street Market, introducing Pizza Bomb by Feel Good Sourdough.
It's the same naturally leavened, gut-friendly sourdough you love, now in pizza form. Crispy, chewy, absolutely crave-worthy.
Come see us at Logan Street Market or visit us online at feelgoodsourdough.com and taste the Feel Good difference, one slice at a time.
Now open at Logan Street Market. Feel Good Sourdough. Feel good about what you eat. Paint.
Lanning Paints is truly Louisville's hometown paint manufacturer. We create architectural coatings for homes and ship our industrial and commercial products across the United States and even across the world. I am Aaron Lanning, and I am lucky enough to work alongside my father, Nick, who is our chemist and brainchild for our local brand. He is working daily to formulate finishes and coatings that will beautify your interior walls, basement and garage floors, driveways, fences, siding, brick, and more. Visit LanningPaint.com to learn more about us or call us at 245-0630 to reach our Middletown location or 612-2138 for Dixie Highway, where we proudly offer a full array of Benjamin Moore products. Lanning Paints, painting the USA from Louisville, Kentucky since 1983.
Follow the leader. Your home for the college football playoff, NFL, the Final Four, and the best sports talk. We are ESPN Louisville.
You are feeling the chill this winter. If you're home, just will not stay warm because the cold weather is here now. Or if your energy bills, they just keep climbing, it's time to call First Choice Insulation. They are your local attic and crawl space insulation experts. First Choice Insulation keeps the cold out, keeps the comfort in. They've worked on major projects like Denny Crum Hall and with the top builders across the region, so you know you're going to get top quality every time that you can trust. Stop burning dollars to heat your home. Call First Choice Insulation today for a free consultation and mention ESPN Louisville. You'll get $300 off your next project. So First Choice Insulation, keeping Kentuckian homes warm all winter long. Visit them, 502insulation.com.
Your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964 today.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports.
Morning.
Trinity Rodman continues to set new standards in the game of women's soccer. On January 22nd, the Washington Spirit standout signed a new 3-year record-setting contract, making her the highest-paid player in the sport. Just 2 days later, the 23-year-old reached another milestone, becoming the youngest player in the past 25 years to wear the U.S. captain's armband. How'd she celebrate? Scoring a goal in a 6-0 win over Paraguay. An Olympic gold medalist and NWSL champion, Rodman attracted significant interest from top European clubs. In the end, she chose to remain in Washington, continuing to build her career and legacy at home.
Yeah, I think this is just opening opportunities for American girls with dreams, and I am one and was one of them, so I'm just very grateful about that.
Maxwell in the building. What's
perfect
good?
timing with the World Cup happening in the U.S. too.
With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Maggie Gray on Westwood One.
Robert Maxwell.
At Straight Talk, we get it.
Like the
You say
professor?
no a lot.
Mom, can I get a
Ask him
tarantula?
on YouTube.
No.
Ask him, is
Coffee?
he a professor?
No. So we're giving you more
We
reasons
do have
to say
doctors
yes,
and
like
teachers
a free
in the
5G phone
YouTube
with real
chat.
unlimited data with select plan activation.
I had a Professor
Can I
Maxwell
use the free phone?
in college,
Yes.
man. He was
See,
awesome.
Doesn't it feel good to say yes to more?
Absolutely. Face tattoo?
Well, Robert, are
Absolutely
you a
not.
professor?
Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Taxes and fees apply. In-store activation of Gold Unlimited plan or higher required. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Brian's headed to the basketball court, but he's sick of this check engine light. So he goes to AutoZone for the free Fix Finder service,
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
where a friendly AutoZoner reads the light in just a few minutes and gives him a detailed report
No big, just a loose gas cap.
and gets him to the court with a tight gas cap and tighter defense. The free Fix Finder service at AutoZone. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Oh. It wouldn't have been right if we didn't let it get to the hook. I see what you did there, Nikki. Good producing on the fly. Good people. Today.
That was for the text line. Someone said, with Mikel coming back, we need to play Return of the Mac.
Listen, we
It
are
was a good call.
Open source programming. Good people. On this beautiful, beautiful Monday morning, I want you to listen to this and listen to this well. I know sometimes things I say can become white noise. Sometimes they can be subliminally imprinted into your mind, which is what we're going for. But as you look outside, I want this, Nikki, I have an assignment.
Yes, I'm listening.
I have an assignment for you. And it's an assignment that you tell me, just act like you're going to do it within 48 hours.
Okay.
And just act like it. Just lie to me.
Okay.
I want you to watch the Batman that had Jim Carrey as the Riddler.
Oh, classic. Was that Batman Forever, I think?
Listen, your Batman knowledge is...
Maybe it was it was Batman Forever.
I guarantee it's more superior than mine.
Bat nipples, I think.
If you watch that Batman with the Riddler and you pay attention to the script and the acting of Jim Carrey, it'll change the way you viewed that entire movie. Wherever you had it ranked, I guarantee it will jump somebody immediately. Right? Reason I thought about that is I'm sitting here talking about, this subliminal imprint I'm trying to leave, because if you never listen to this as closely again, people, as you look outside, temperature control is and always will be one of the most valuable resources one could have. And if you agree with this sentiment, which there is no way you shouldn't, then I know DFH Company must be the company for you. Simply dial 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Make sure you look into the Mitsubishi Mini Split, like the one we use here at the 93.9 Studios for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Sounds controversial at face value. When Ali Khalifa and Mikel Brown Jr. are on the court, who is the real facilitator? Now I want you to pretend like you're watching just that graphic, that boxing graphic. Now we're not putting them against each other in real life, but we're just thinking about the graphic and thinking about the basketball you see on the court. This is not just about the numbers. Be on the court again, right? I want you to take your mind back to, even if you don't have to do it chronologically, take your mind back to plays where on the right side, Mikel Brown runs a pick and roll, Ali Khalifa, wide open, plenty of lane, right? Mikel Brown is not used to anybody stopping with that runway on the offensive side of basketball. Right? We all have our frustrations. Nikki watches hockey and that extra pass they make, and it's like, why didn't you take the shot? We got 2 shots on goal. It's the last 3 minutes. That might be the last opportunity we got at a shot on goal. Soccer fans, you hate leaving games with 3 shots on goal. It's the worst thing. And you passed up 10 opportunities. Mikel Brown 4 months ago was playing with AJ DeBanza and Boozer. He's setting up these runways for a big. That's one side of it. And Ali Khalifa is not interested in taking his pick and roll and going to the basket. Nikki, they ran a pick and roll, and it was so open, and Mikel Brown led him. And you watch it, and I'm a guard at heart, and I see it, and I'm like, because I have to tell Mikel Brown to keep thinking like the way he thinks. And I have to remind myself that that's not Ali Khalifa. He brings something different to the table. Okay? So right now, we're worked up. We know he can facilitate. We know Mikel Brown can get the ball to the big if the big is rolling the right way. And we saw some dishes he got and got some dunks off. We know he can facilitate. But when they're on the floor together, think about it. Mikel Brown, he's not a bad little cutter off the ball, right? Mikel Brown can come off the basketball when Ali Khalifa's at the top of the key. He can jog, set his man up, cut back door. He's gotten, if you started really thinking about it, Mikel Brown has gotten a few really easy buckets messing with Khalifa. So imagine how, as a coach, you have to balance the maybe taking the ball out of Mikel Brown Jr.'s hands a little bit when Khalifa's in the game. And then you have to sell it like, young fella, this is a chance for you to get off the ball, give your opponent something to see. If Mikel Brown's not, if his best shot is not the handoff with Khalifa, that a lot of times that leads to an off-balance shot, which is another thing I got to have the conversation. You're working real hard to get the handoff. If the team is playing really good defense and not letting a piece of paper through you in the screen, it's just, you got to shoot quick. You got to get that shot off quick. So it just doesn't lead to the best balance. That's not Mikel Brown kind of, you want him with looks where he's leaning into the shot. He's probably the only one on this team, because my trust level of Isaac McNeely keeping his form on wide open shots is taking a big step back as of late. Before, I would have said he and Mikel Brown, with the basketball coming from a paint touch, I would trust them two the most, those two. Like, Ryan Conwell can drift on a three-pointer, on a pull-up three-pointer, but his lower body still stays quiet. When Mikel Brown Jr.'s body stays quiet, his lower body stays quiet, percentage is skyrocketing. Isaac McNeely has the biggest chasm between his legs doing a split. Good people, you listen to me well. When you watch Isaac McNeely tonight, I've said it 1,000 times, when his feet go together and towards the rim, you can just take a sip of your drink or something, and by the time you put your drink back down, we'll be jogging backwards, going, 3! That's how dead money Isaac McNeely's, when his feet are lined up together and going towards the rim. Now back to the original point. I think Mikel Brown Jr. can steal some good, easy buckets and some good, easy fouls, because he has another skill set that, I talked about the three tributaries. That is the Mikel Brown, his individual kind of what he brings to the table. And when you talk about the third thing, I said he points out things about about Louisville. The first thing I'll say, just to get it out the way, because I just want. Oh, look, this is one of those. You want to hear the good news or the bad news? Give me the bad news first, and then cheer me up. Bad news is he shines a light on our general lack of explosiveness. I was going to say athleticism, but I'm going to stop just short of athleticism. It's when we talk about Frew, you're never going to see. You're going to see athletic, but you're never going to see explosive on his scouting report. A guy that can accomplish some athletic things, yes, he can. A guy that will do it out of explosion, no, he can't. Can the team do some things to help him see the game different, to become more explosive? Yes. Right now, his athleticism and getting the job done is about your ceiling, which in sports, ceiling is like it's hyperbolic, because everybody can bust through the ceiling. Some people are more likely than others. He highlights that we are not explosive. Quick twitch. And we're explosive with our shooting. We're explosive with our focus on defense. If we can get teams to take uncomfortable shots, which Virginia Tech did. And I think we forced the pace. So when you watch the game, you say, okay, that wasn't. I like to break apart which things were Virginia Tech centric and which things weren't. Now, our pace was Louisville. Our good looks, getting in position, that's, you know what? I don't even want to say our. I want to say, Coach, your emphasis on getting stronger on your paint touches. See, paint touches and just getting pushed out the paint. A paint touch off balance is worthless. A paint touch off balance doesn't threaten the defense. And you know what? Let me phrase this a little different when talking about something like paint touches. And okay, when you're talking about like statistics, right? There's basketball stats that are percentages, and there are like basketball detail percentages. A stat, okay, you know how we talk about the stat is the made shot. The stat is the free throw percentage. The stat is the field goal percentage, the 3-point percentage. Those are number stats. But your detail stats is you got pushed out of the paint on that post up. In big time Division I locker room basketball, those stats matter. Because, okay, the shot goes up, your man tips the ball. You got to mark those. You got to mark those as stats. These are the stats that keep you on the bench. You know, your man is always, because what happens is your man, we talk about it all the time. Your man gets the blow by. You know, Zugrees comes over, helps you. Zugrees gets the foul because your man is on a beeline. Zugrees gets the basketball stat, but we got to make sure we chart your blow by stat. And a Louisville fan, of course, we chart both stats naturally in our head. But most fan bases and most everybody who's just a basketball fan and looks at the score and who scored the most points and who had the most rebounds, who had the most assists, so we can get to narratives. They want to speed up and get to narratives. I want to be able to tell you that, hey, in the detail percentages, Isaac McNeely is giving up way too much. The reason I talked about Isaac McNeely and the level of pressure he's under is because, and this is just, we're just barber top. This is conjecture, okay? Conjecture is Isaac McNeely had probably 1.5 good games since Mikel has really been out. You know, he's a great shooter, and I complimented him nonstop on his defense early on in the season. Without a Mikel Brown, you thought, okay, when Isaac McNeely gets back, he'll get some more open shots. It's the first game Mikel Brown was back, and it looked like the same Isaac McNeely. And I thought he might be feeling a little bit of pressure. I thought he might feel like everything's going to open back up for me as soon as, but it's like, no, you have to also do your job on the defensive end because the basketball gods won't reward you. I know that's not a technical explanation, but Isaac, the basketball gods will not reward you. I watched a couple possessions last night. Isaac McNeely I'm talking about every piece of contact, he was trying to get a foul. Every screen he had to chase, he was throwing his arms up, getting off balance, those micro give ups. It's not blatant. It's enough to make a fan go, oh, that was a moving screen. But in the big time, it's like, no, it's not. Maybe it is. Who cares? Lamar Jackson, who cares? Get better. If I show you his tapes at the beginning, he was getting through that screen and not, you have to make them foul you egregiously for you to get that call. He has to put in the next level of effort. It's not just going to be there because Mikel Brown is back. So that's another thing. Like, with Mikel, his talent, you have to, it's like we have to readdress that his talent is not going to dig this team out of something bad. He can add to it, but everyone's going to have to still pick up their play, their personal play. Listen, thank you, good people, for helping us get through. I can't believe somebody didn't call. I can't believe somebody didn't get on the YouTube and say, I don't want to talk about Virginia Tech anymore. Let's talk about Duke. Listen, second hour, it's open. It's open for Duke conversation. Everybody knows I like to take my time before I like to celebrate the wins. I like to acknowledge.
No Pat Kelsey today.
Oh, do we got him already?
No. I mean, I'm in your ear. No. Him and Shire are off today because I got a game.
Okay. That's fine. Rolling along. 93. Sorry, you should have just said that on the air, Nikki.
Yeah, I should have just said that. Yeah. Normally we have the ACC media teleconference.
Yeah. Hey,
Zoom.
Marcus, we ain't got MF and Shire or MF and Kelsey and MF and MF and you weren't even cussing, Nikki.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why I didn't just say that on the air. But yeah, no Pat Kelsey today, no John Shire today. Obviously, they had the Zoom off because they have a game tonight.
93.9 The Ville.
Card fans, the Louisville baseball season is coming soon. Catch the action at Jim Patterson Stadium by securing your 2026 season ticket for as low as $62. Lock in your seats today by visiting gocards.com/BSB tickets and Go Cards.
Pretty soon, turning on the heat in your house will be a common event. And if you're not sure your heating system is ready for the winter months ahead, it may be time to call who we call at the station, DFH Company. This month from DFH, you'll receive a 10-year parts and labor warranty. And you'll finally have the temperature just right in that hard-to-heat-up room this winter. It's hard to stop a train, so call DFH Company today about a train comfort system at 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions subject to credit approval.
It's a new year with new celebrations, new milestones, new commitments. At Genesis Diamonds, we're honored to be a part of your life's most cherished moments. We're fully stocked for the new year with a massive selection of exquisite diamonds, designer rings, all the latest fashion jewelry, and of course, the largest selection of luxury pre-owned Rolex watches. We're proud to be a part of this amazing city and remain committed to the highest standards, full transparency, price integrity, uncompromising quality, and customer service that doesn't come from a policy manual. It comes from the heart. At Genesis, our non-commissioned experts are here to help you, to guide you, to show you all your options, to show you how to maximize your budget. No pressure, no games, no nonsense. At Genesis, we're not just another jewelry store. We're industry leaders with unbeatable value, exclusive brands, and warranties and guarantees other jewelers will never offer. So for that memorable moment in 2026, just know we're here for you and excited to celebrate with you. Learn more at GenesisDiamonds.com. Genesis Diamonds.
Mark Ennis here to remind you that January is a great time of year to finally update your home's windows thanks to Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 Windows free sale. Window Nation has an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. Your new windows can be installed in 1 day or less, and you can get them with 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. And Window Nation's windows come with a lifetime warranty. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems today. Visit windownation.com. That's windownation.com.
In this city, we value preparation, execution, and most importantly, winning. As the world continues to become more complicated and frustrating with all the new tech and AI, let's keep one thing simple. When looking to buy or sell a home, call Josh Jarbo. Clear communication, proven strategies, no wasted possessions. That's the kind of execution that leads to national recognition, and is exactly why Josh was honored in this year's Who's Who in America for his impact and production on the real estate industry. But let's be honest, cut-rate agents deliver cut-rate results, and Josh doesn't shy away from pressure. With his guaranteed sale program, if your home doesn't sell within 60 days, he will personally buy it. That's confidence. That's accountability. And as always, mention you heard it here on 93.9 The Ville and receive up to a $5,000 seller credit. Josh Jarbo's proven strategy, powered by RE/MAX, the world's most trusted and recognized real estate brand, delivers results you can count on. So don't complicate it. Time is a currency, and it's one you can't afford to waste. Keep it simple. Call Josh Jarbo at 502-216-7590 or visit his website at joshjarbo.remaxempireky.com.
Here's what you missed on The Drive with Mark Ennis.
This is the only age of college football you could have ever not just survived, but thrive at recruiting players, either high school or via the portal, without a coordinator. Like it used to be, losing your coordinator during the signing period was like a death knell. And now recruiting is so much just negotiating that you can maneuver this period without a coordinator.
The Drive, weekdays 3 to 6 on 93.9 The Ville.
In for base drop.
It's a trap.
Go!
You there?
Yeah, go.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's middays for Marcus Maven. 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. Sorry about that, Nikki. I had to go get a glass of warm water. It's kind of cold in the house, and during the break,
I feel that.
I just need a couple extra seconds to get it going on. I should have probably put it on speakerphone. I would have yelled, "Hold on, Nikki. Give me 30 seconds." How long was the music playing?
About a minute.
Jeez, sorry about that. Okay.
No, I said wait until the bass drop. So yeah, you know.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it
no,
gave
you're good.
it gave me a little bit extra. Okay, great.
Yeah. No, you're good.
Okay, good people, listen. This is this weather has done its its work on us. So all the things I usually talk about during our advertisements, these are perfect times, especially coming out of the weather. You don't know the damage that could be done to your pipes, to your roof, to your windows, to your thermostat, to your your HVAC, all that good stuff. But right now, I want to give a huge shout out and special thanks to one of the most trusted members of our team. That would be one Kentucky Anna Pump Sales, for every home, building, business, or municipality that rely on the movement these pumps provide. Good people, the moment you need a water or sewage pump, you should be calling Kentucky Anna Pump Sales. They're like our first responders or essential personnel. Over 36 years of experience, best service, fairest possible price, and it's right over in Jeffersonville, Indiana. People, go see Harold or go see Mark. They'll find out exactly what you need. Utility, sump, affluent, grinder, sewage, anything you need. 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, of course. Or you can give them a call, 812-725-9217, or simply visit KentuckyAnnaPumps.com. Bow tie on Virginia Tech. My 5 qualities is your preparation, your cohesiveness with Mikel Brown Jr. I did enjoy seeing Kenai Roos on the bench. Disappointed that he's out for the night. I was hoping to see more. The intentional, stronger 2 feet in the paint. There's one other thing. Just in general, Mikel Brown. Like those 5 are kind of like, okay, that's what I'm clapping my hands about. Listen, intentional, Javon Hadley too. Somebody over there who listens to the show just said, hey, Javon, man, can you please look? I know you can score any kind of way. I know this. Can you please start using the backboard so we can shut Maben the hell up? I know somebody told him that. I know. Like I said, I know intentional things, and Javon Hadley is intentionally using the backboard. I know the jump stops off 2 feet in the paint. I just hope we are not too deep in the season to just be really, really intentionally not like, again, I love that Coach says paint touches are crucial, but the strength of the paint touch, I need improvement. And Duke, there I said it, Duke, if you don't have a strong base for Duke, listen, I'm not at Duke yet. I'm just putting on the bow ties of Virginia Tech, but I'm telling you the transferring properties of the things I say we really need increased improvement on. Shoulder to shoulder on your screens, and strength when you're getting into the paint, because they are strong in the paint. You know what? Let me just go. Let me get this out of my system so then I can turn back into, talking about my team. Actually, let me go. Which way do I want to approach this? Let me go big picture first. This is a big game in name. This Duke game is a big game in name. This is not a game that has anything to do with Pat Kelsey's reputation as a referendum. This is a big game because it's a big opportunity. This is a big game because it is a litmus test. A litmus test of Mikel Brown Jr. This is a litmus test of where we are in the ACC. This is a litmus test on overall NCAA seeding and perception of Louisville basketball with Mikel Brown Jr. This is a litmus test on Coach Shire and Coach Kelsey, where you put them at. Because right now, we have the reigning ACC Coach of the Year on our team. But the data sample size will increase after tonight's game. But it's not a big game per se. It's a big game for those of you who like to go Mikel Brown versus Boozer, where you like to do the matchups, like the boxing matchups. You know, does your skill set, make your team so much better than my skill set, or can I carry my team? Those are reasons. It's a big opportunity and a litmus test. Big game in name, ESPN, whoever's on the sideline, right? Or doing the call. Dinky, do you know who's doing the call? Who's actually doing the call? By the way, 8150-939 is the number. 3831-939 is the text line.
1 second. I got a good website that has all the. Let's see here.
Yeah, it's take your time. It's not incredibly important.
Announcers. I'm on it. 1 second.
Is it going to be Jay Billis again?
I mean, that's what I would guess.
Because here's the thing. I'm watching Duke. I'm watching the Duke first game last night, and then I'm watching the Virginia game, and I'm like, Luke, you're gonna listen. Get out the comfortable studio. Like, it's time for you to sacrifice your comfort in the studio. Listen to the pot calling the kettle black. Marcus Maben, of all people.
Oh no, it is tonight. Sorry to interrupt you. Dave O'Brien, Jay Williams, and everyone's favorite, Corey Alexander. Don't shoot the messenger.
Okay. I'm watching the Duke game last night, and I'm listening to Jay Billis, right? And then when I turn on the Virginia game, I'm listening to Corey Alexander. I'll get back around to you, Luke, in a second. So I'm on the phone right as I finish listening to Jay Billis and going into Corey Alexander. Someone asked me, why does that bother you so much? And I said, this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. It feels like your dad is the commentator of our one-on-one game. You know what I'm saying? Imagine you're Louisville and you're up 12, right? And if you are a spectator or sitting at home listening to the game, everything is, that didn't look much like a foul, but I guess so, right? You don't realize how many opinions over the course of a game have weight to them. Like, I'm not saying bias, but I'm saying weighted opinions. And I get irritated by listening to weighted opinions from former players of the university I'm playing against for 40 minutes straight. the weight eventually takes its toll on the audience, the listener. If all my shots kind of lucky, they were really lucky to get a break there, and your guys are, he really forced the issue right there. Good job of being aggressive and forcing the issue. It's just like, like I say, it's not biased, or let's say even if it is, it's unintentional. Like, I don't think Billis or Jay Williams or Corey Alexander go in there saying, yeah, we about to have some fun. Like, I don't think that. But to me, the way and again, I'm a detail guy, so I listen to the way that is absorbed by the audience, and I get tired of it. And I realize there's nothing I can do about it but circle back around and just take a couple of seconds to say, Luke, I know I'm not the right messenger for this, but it's time for you to get out of the comfort of that studio and get on the sidelines of Louisville games. And don't be afraid to let a little something shine through. Instead of saying, that was a tough shot by our opponent, say, I got to admit it, he got a little lucky there. But it's a good shot either way. The passive-aggressive backhand. I mean, it's lucky, but hey, don't take anything from my opponent. It's a great job. That coach speak? Like, give me some of that passive-aggressive. I mean, all credit. I mean, it was a bank shot, but, I mean, it went in. So, I mean, hey, 3 points is 3 points, right? Go over there and help me out with that, Luke. Luke's going to make a bet. Luke's going to say, hey, Marcus, if you do a certain amount of days in the studio, I'll do the sideline. And I'll say, no deal.
You beat me to that one. You beat me to that.
Listen, I'll be in the studio, let's say around TBT time-ish. Look, let it get nice and warm, and look, let me get all good and healthy, and then I'll get my skin nice and tan, and I'll be right back out there. Duke. The last point I want to make about this not being a big game, but a big opportunity, litmus test, all that stuff, and house money. Okay? Now listen, I'll say the disclaimer. Basketball upsets happen a lot more than football upsets. We can establish that, right? But in both sports, 23 versus 5 or 21, whatever poll you're going after, 15-point gaps is an opportunity for an upset. On the road, if I told you the number 21 team is going on the road to play the number 5 team, a setup like that is a money line Maben special. And I look, actually, that's one of those money line Maben specials that I go 9 for 10 out of. And then I take Duke, and then Louisville wins. And ruins my 10-leg parlay. Right? It's a big opportunity. I just wanted to start with that conversation because I'm like, do y'all, like, I hope you've been watching Duke. And I got something that really makes you mad. You watch the Duke film, nobody except for Boozer jumps off the page, which is the most dangerous part about this team. It is a clear hierarchy. This ball's going through Boozer. a clear hierarchy. He is the best player on that team. He is the smartest player on that team. That is a team with great athleticism, great IQ, great size, great fundamentals. Are they going to run into some teams with stupid athleticism in the tournament? Yes. Are they going to run into somebody who sits in their pocket, in their back pocket, down 7-11, and another team's going to be playing over their heads, psychopaths, ACC teams? They won't lose more than two more regular season ACC games, in my opinion. They might drop one. Actually, even if, I'd say two. And one of them's most likely going to be North Carolina. Not because North Carolina's better. It's just turn-up rivalry. Duke's execution, their passing, their unselfishness, and their fundamental posture is going to put them in a position to win 98% of their games. ACC, SEC, Big Ten, whatever. But they'll run into, Illinois. Or just I'm saying Illinois because they got, 1 point guard and 7 international Euros, all above 6'9". Just some stupid anomaly of a lineup that can lock in and knock Duke out of the picture, out of the tournament picture. But other than that, they're a great passing team. Like I said, I went through their passing, their size, their IQ, their hierarchy is important because nobody's trying to compete over which is the great thing about being Duke and being so blue-blooded. It's just this, you're not worried about having to average a certain number to be in the draft. So the setup that is Duke is a very, very good and dangerous combination. So let me start off with that. Like, understand what you're seeing. And it took us some great shooting, to really make them a little uncomfortable, but they weren't uncomfortable much of the game, which was the other scary part when you were watching the game, from my point of view. Okay. Defensively. First of all, they have multiple defenses. They can throw something at you. And because of their length, their multiple defenses look a little more confusing. If they go matchup zone, and again, everything Duke does is kind of a continuation, taught the same way, learned the same way, done the same fundamentally, all the same way. So it's been learned kind of the same way, and all the coaches have the exact same principles. And like I said, I like our continuity with our, of course we got weaknesses, but I do like coaching. I like coaching continuity as a whole until glaring weaknesses appear as in the postseason evaluation. But until then, nothing is a full glaring weakness. To me, everything is a work in progress. So, defensively for Duke, they have multiple defenses. Is one thing. They have the length to make their multiple defenses kind of confusing is the other thing. Their ability to maintain their posture and defensive stance on dribble penetration, they lock their paint down. Now, you saw the best example ever when Duke came into Louisville. Priority number one, lock the paint down, then start pushing out towards the three-point line. Then start kind of picking up your aggression at the three-point line. But first and foremost, and here's the thing, this is why in the first hour or the early part of this hour, the reason it's such a big deal that you're strong in the paint is because they're anticipate. Okay, if I watch Nikki, if I watch you running beside,
it's not the most athletic thing, but
okay, we're in a baton race, right?
Okay.
Let's just say, or that's not a good example. Let's just say something I'm doing is going to depend on is that guy going to beat that guy? I have to stay here until I know my man's going to win. And when I know he's going to win, then I can go. Right?
Right.
Duke is really good at saying the moment the Duke player shuts off the dribble penetration, they know what we do. They know what every team does. All the colleges do the same thing. When you get stopped, you look to get into the paint and spray the ball out to the three-point line, right? The first step for Duke is stopping the penetration. But the minute you can tell, that guy doesn't need any help, they start covering passing lanes. They get in passing lanes. They get in their position to close out. You have to be strong so we can start, maybe cutting back door, or we can make better moves. But Duke will keep their body against you, keep you off balance with good lower body strength, right? If you see us stumbling a lot, I want you to say, well, Marcus said it. You see us stumbling sometimes, and you want to yell push. That's everybody's first instinct. They're pushing us. A coach's instinct, a dad's instinct, and an OG fan instinct, like a harsher OG fan, is gonna be like, no, that's not pushing. You're not stopping on 2 feet in a strong body position. If we get referees that, if we get the OG referees, the name referees, they're gonna look at it and say, no, you're not in good guarding position. That's a foul. And we as fans are gonna have to say, hey, we have to be in better guarding position. We have to be stronger on our penetration. Another thing that this is kind of from, listen, Duke does not have a ton of weaknesses. But here's the other thing. And this right here is gonna make me call somebody in the middle of the game or text somebody.
Softball dad Dustin.
I'm going to end up calling somebody or texting somebody and saying something vulgar about my team if this thing happens. But first, before I tell you which thing will make me go vulgar, let me get to the phone lines. Softball dad Dustin, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away, my man.
No, I wasn't vulgarity. Go. I'm your guy.
Go
ahead.
That's
fire away.
Listen, that's what we call the tease before the guest.
You were talking about continuity in the coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
I already know the answer to this, but I want you to go a little more in depth.
Mm.
With Mikel being out, the chemistry wins games. Am I correct?
Especially under this regime, yes.
Yeah, I would so agree. And I honestly think, and this is not Louisville fan talking, honestly, this is a professional 12-year-old girls softball team coach perspective.
Fair.
Chemistry's huge. When you start playing for one another, you're unbeatable. Is there a component of, I don't see any lack of continuity, even when he was out. Like, they still are reading one another. They're still talking.
I appreciate that compliment. Yeah, that you're giving them, because it's so important to always point out.
Do you think that enough will be enough to take us deep?
continuity, and let's look. You wanted vulgarity? Ass meets bench. Bench retains ass. I think we need continuity and a little bit more of that. And then yes, I'd answer your question with a resounding yes, because that will tighten up a lot of the mistakes and lack moments of concentration. Oh, okay. Did I lose? Okay, I thought you were still there. Softball dad Dustin. Okay.
Wait. I think he is.
Did you want to respond to that? Oh.
No, I said, did you just say, are you saying the word lazy without saying the word lazy?
No, I'm saying focused on the look. What did Coach Crum say? Errors of omission versus errors of commission. The errors of omission get you benched. And when we have errors of omission, they have to get you benched. Forget to do something.
Do you think that? No, I get it. I mean, you have a game plan, and you're supposed to stick to the game plan, and those are the fundamentals, really. I mean, be quick, but don't hurry.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
I don't see that. I mean, they're being quick. I don't see a lot of hurry.
Maybe they're not. Are they quick but not fast?
Sneaky athletic.
Right.
Okay. Look, man, I'm glad we spoke. I hope you have a fantastic day. Shout out to Four Pegs, our genesis of our relationship.
Indeed.
And I will talk to you guys soon, and just say prayers for the first responders out there on the ice. It's an interesting animal.
Yep. Absolutely. I appreciate the call, softball dad Dustin. Good people. Yes, and definitely I echo his sentiments. Shout out to LMPD for getting their props on the humor of the Twitter account or the Facebook account. I see you getting, it's just, everybody has a gentle side, has a funny side. It's good to see the other side of people sometimes, see the humor. Before softball dad Dustin joined in, I said there's something in the game plan that will bring vulgarity out of Marcus Maben. A text message. It'll be something when I say, okay, what's going to come back and haunt me? It'll be the vulgarity from the Duke game on Monday, January 26th, years and years from now. If we double team the post and don't get a deflection out of the post, if we have to not blindly, but if we just have to commit to doubling the post every time, and I got to watch Boozer dump this ball under the basket and them get dunks, and I got to watch him swing the ball across half court for a three-pointer with no... Listen, I lost my cool a little bit in the Virginia game. I'm not a fan of just blatant double teaming in the post, right? That's just one thing I personally cannot tolerate. Front the post, get the backside help. If he lobs it over and gets it to it, that's what I'm glad too with Mikel Brown. He knows how to front the post a little better than some. So it's another thing. Like I said, I'm definitely glad to have a little bit more of that athleticism. One of my peoples, one of my day ones, no one from the dorm, Sharoyd. Welcome into 93.9. What's going on, my guy?
What's up, Marcus? How y'all doing today?
Feeling good.
Good. Man, you know what? I've been wanting to call all season, but, it's so quiet down here in Wildcat Nation. Man. They don't even talk about our cars down there.
Right.
It's so quiet down here. I love it, but, hey, every time Mikel did something, man, I was like, oh my God. And then one of the people, they went to the huddle, they hit his back. I'm like, dude, don't even touch his back. Like, we just got him back.
Right.
Like, we need him. But, man, hey, I love what y'all do, man. I continue to do it, man. I listen to y'all every day, man, and I just want to get on here and say, hey, Carnate.
Wait, real quick. Saroy, how you been, man? Like, let's not act like we're on the radio right now. How you been?
Oh, man, I've been good, man. Just taking care of these kids.
Doc after him.
My 16-year-old, she's playing varsity for Franklin.
Okay.
They got a pretty good team, man. They got this one little girl. She leads the state in a three-point shooter. She shoots 46%. She averages like 5 makes a game. So, just being a basketball dad, man, just keep from getting kicked out of the game.
Right. I knew that part. I'm glad you said it without me having to say it for you. Hey, no, it's good.
Absolutely.
It's good. It's good hearing from you. I'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir.
Listen, people, that's one of my people from day one. Another one of my people from day one. This is just a good reunion day. Doc, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away, Doc.
Good morning, Marcus. It seemed like in the previous game against Duke, in the second half, Shire had Boozer all the way up at the top, drawing us out, and then we became foul happy as they were penetrating on us. In our last game, we sort of kept up the penetration and we limited our fouls. Obviously, we gave up opportunities for three-point plays, but we didn't put Virginia Tech at the free throw line. Boozer's dangerous outside as well as inside.
Agreed.
If he goes outside again, what are we going to do to keep the penetrators from getting into the paint and getting us in foul trouble again?
Good technique. Listen, good technique. Doc, I appreciate your call. We may have to take a page out of their book, out of their philosophy. You got to lock down that paint first with Duke. They're good at finding ways to get that ball near the basket. Like I said, their length and their crisp passing helps them get a lot of layups and easy looks. You got to lock down the paint early on. Listen, it's gonna sting a little bit more because you're gonna, the 3-pointers that they hit in Cameron Indoor Stadium suck. You hate to see how turned up the fan base is. You hate to see it, but you're going to have to realize that to beat top 5 teams on the road, you have to risk having your hamstrings burning more than normal. You're going to have to lock down that paint. You're going to have to anticipate the ball being swung to your man, and you're going to have to get out to that 3-point line like with the urgency of your life depending on it. Like these, some of these requests, I mean, they're all possible. They're all fair. But I do appreciate how good Duke is. I do appreciate how skilled and sharp and fundamentally sound they are. And again, they'll pick you apart if you don't go look to beat that team in their house. You have to go above and beyond, effort wise, not doing things you don't normally do. And to Doc's point, I just lied to you. I thought the only thing that would make me cuss and put a dirty text message into the universe was us double teaming and giving up open dunks and open threes. The other thing is, Nikki, I'm going to try to make this the last time I say this. I'm going to try to retire this complaint, okay? I'm just going to make it an in-game complaint only. I'll retire it from radio. I'll try. I'll do a semi-retirement. I'll be like that guy who retires, but he's still. I'll go John Wick. I mean, if you do it something so egregious that I have to get my hammer and break into the basement, I'll bring this issue back out. Nikki, if I ever see anybody on my team, and y'all, I'm dead serious, if I see my player pump fake a guy in the air, and that guy is flying, and I see my player avoid the contact, and pivot and try to kick it out or pivot and do something, I'm going to go to the basketball office and say, Coach, I need a minute. Yeah, just a minute. It'll take 90 seconds to 2 minutes. Hey, Coach, from now on, I'm going to assume when we pump fake somebody and they jump in the air, you tell them avoid the contact. Because everybody on the planet, since the beginning of fouls and ones and foul outs, when you pump fake somebody in the air, you're going to get free throws if you jump into them. I've maybe seen 7 people in my life avoid contact after a pump fake because they were scared to shoot free throws. Everybody else on the planet, I watched Ali Khalifa get the ball, pump fake Luol, didn't try to jump into him, didn't create the contact, avoided the contact, kicked it back out, and he was so light on his toes that he couldn't even get the ball all the way out to Javon Hadley. Can you imagine a 7-foot person pump faking a guy with a 46-inch vertical? I say it all the time. When you pump fake somebody who's completely off balance, you own their chin. You own their sternum. You own them in the air. They're off balance. I mean, hey, maybe they come down a little hard on you. Hey, c'est la vie. Such is life. You generate the force into them and you put a foul on them and you go to the free throw line. If we pump fake somebody and somebody jumps in the air and we don't cash in on that 2 free throws because we're not on balance and we're not wanting the contact. Again, Ali Khalifa pivoted and kicked the ball out to Javon Hadley at the 3-point line and had a guy 10 feet in the air, guaranteed foul. Or somebody can get in my inbox, or somebody can just tell me, hey, Marcus, let it go. 2 free throws. Look, I was mad enough when people started saying mid-range shots are not valuable anymore. Transition, instead of going 3-on-2 or 2-on-1, guys are running to the 3-point line. And I had to come to grips with some of these newfound analytics about the 3-pointer in transition. I got to watch high school kids by themselves, wide open layup by themselves, pull up 3-pointers at the top of the key. Listen, I've had to learn to deal with a lot of stuff. But 2 free throws and the other guy, the opponent has a foul on them, there'll never be an analytic ever that will make me accept that. Let's take our last quick commercial break. Set up the dismount on 939 The Ville.
Louisville basketball plays here.
Kicks over to Brown, top right 3 by Mikel. Yes! He's back! He's back! There he is!
It's a big Monday matchup as the Cards travel to Cameron Indoor to take on Duke. Pre-game coverage begins at 5:30 with tip-off at 7.
Looking forward to the challenge. Obviously, we all know how good Duke is. It should be a big-time college basketball game.
And then after the game, it's the post-game show with Taylor Lynch, right here on your home of the Cards, 93.9 The Ville and the ESPN Louisville app.
I wish I'd gotten treated for my erectile dysfunction sooner. Men,
what do you want to
I hear
come
this
back
all
to,
the
my
time
friend?
from our patients. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if ED is a problem in your life, resolve
Marcus?
to get it treated today and stop having it affect you and the one you love. ED is simply a medical condition, and it's fully treatable. And at Tri-State Men's Health, we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, your ED will be a thing of the past. In fact, you could be having great sex within a day or two of your first appointment, and you'll likely find you're performing like you haven't in a long time. It's the new year. Resolve to get your ED treated and change your life. Call us at Tri-State Men's Health. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. That's tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across Kentucky and Ohio to serve you.
As a nurse, I see it all. So if you've been hurt in a car wreck, I know what you're going through. There's pain, financial stress, and dealing with the insurance company, that's tough. Some people call a lawyer to help with all that. I think that's a good idea because while I can help you get back on your feet, a good lawyer can help you get on with your life.
I'm attorney Sam Aguiar. If you've been seriously injured, demand more than just a lawyer. Demand a team that knows what's at stake.
Hurt in a car? Call Sam Aguiar.
Hello, I'm Dr. David Borman, Artistic Director for the Louisville Chorus. This Valentine's Day, skip the crowded restaurants and celebrate love in style with us at our 30th annual Valentine's Day concert. Join us February 13th at Woodhaven Country Club for an evening of gorgeous live music, dancing, an open bar, incredible pasta dishes, and even a silent auction. Bring your sweetheart, your spouse, or your favorite plus one and let us do the rest. Tickets are waiting at LouisvilleChorus.org. That's LouisvilleChorus.org. We can't wait to see you there.
Sports fans, touchdown at Boom Bars. Enjoy gourmet pizzas, handcrafted cocktails, and the best game day atmosphere in town. Boom Bars in the Highlands, Westport Village, J-Town, Jeffersonville, and E-Town.
Download the ESPN Louisville app today on the Apple or Google Play Store. Brewed by Bud Light.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Pro Soccer returns to Lynn Family Stadium this March, and you can get in on the action with season tickets starting at just $13 per game. The men's team, Louisville City, is once again a favorite to win the title, while the women's squad, Racing Louisville, is coming off a record-breaking season, making the playoffs for the first time. Visit LynnFamilyStadium.com today to browse ticket packages. New season ticket members are eligible to upgrade to all-inclusive club seats for a game of their choice. Visit LynnFamilyStadium.com today to take advantage of this limited-time offer.
Hey, Cards fans! Do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
Here's what you missed on the Diener Show.
I don't know what Keenholz is yet. I don't know that Louisville necessarily does yet either. But when you're beating out, Texas and Ohio State and Georgia, and you're hanging on to Clev Lubin, and I know a lot of big-time programs came after him.
When you've been good, despite fans, they've been really good for 3 years.
They've been good.
The next step is that's the only next step.
Weekday morning, 7 to 10 on 93.9 The Ville, ESPN 680 and 105.7.
Is the station. Good people, I got to tell you, it's so nice to have so many practical partners of this show in particular. Again, I always encourage you to reach out if you'd like to also become a partner. But here's the thing, that people, I've made urgency. I've tried to add urgency to my tone when I talk about these partners. Good people, we went through it, and hopefully we're on the mend from the weather that just hit. But this is why I always tell you, your home is your fortress. Your first line of defense was and is your roof. Your roof has been under attack by Mother Nature and Father Time. That's why you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. They're locally owned and operated, will provide free, that's right, free inspections, free estimates, and of course, they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling. Mark this down. Get your phone out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 502-219-7964 today. Also, I know you got near that window. I know you thought about the heat you were losing through that window. I know it crossed your mind. Man, if the power goes out, how much time do I have with the heat? How much money am I losing through these windows? It's about that time. Take everything good I've told you about Citadel Roofing and Construction and add window installation. Money saver, energy saver, beautification, all that good stuff. Citadel window installation. Good people, I got to say this. And this is unorthodox. Nikki, you can tell me if this is fair or not, okay? I get a lot of passersby, right, where I live. And, you know, over time, I've been in my area for, you know, quite a while. And let's just say I'm not a complete anomaly. I'm a minority, Nikki. But, you know, in my area, I'm kind of a more of a minority, so it kind of stands out. Listen, all you good people that have welcomed
Fair enough.
All you great people that have welcomed me to the neighborhood and made me feel good every time I'm sitting outside on the porch and you just, go Cards. Listen, all you people that just pulled up and just say, hey, man, if you ever need anything, you know, hey, just don't hesitate to ask. You know, I live right there, and I live right there, and I live right there. And I said, oh, no, we're pretty good, but I appreciate the offer. And thank you. Hey, man, I need about 8 feet of pathway shoveled. It'll take about 7 minutes of your time. It's just the snow is kind of down a bit of a ramp, a decline, and I can't get down it. If you drive by my spot and you know where I live, and thanks to Steve, most of y'all do. Appreciate that, Steve. Just make your 12-year-old kid get out and just say, hey, from there, from the back, the bottom of that ramp, the back of his car to the door of his car. Let's go ahead and get the shovel out because I need some help. Problem is, I got a dentist appointment tomorrow, Nikki, and I can't miss my dentist appointment with the renowned Dr. Nunley. I can't afford it.
Oh, yeah, we got to get you out, man.
We got to get me out. Listen, and if you get me out, all you got to do is inbox me. You know, listen, I got 30 for you. Actually, 30, you just get all the way around the car. 40 if you clean off the car all the way.
I was about to say, I was like, you throw 30, like, you know, this can't be a half-ass job.
Yeah, right.
You know like, come on.
40 if you knock the snow off the car too. Just give me a full little escape plan. But good people, Duke on the horizon. Again, to me, this is house money. To some, it's Duke or die or whatever you want to call it. You know, whatever somebody else tries to make it, it is what it is. But looking forward to a great game. Just give me a good show. Be ready. As always, 8150-939 is always the number. 3831-939 is always the text line. Or maybe some swag. I can provide some swag. YouTube channel is more normally Madefortheville. Middays and Marcus, baby, 939 The Ville.
You'd love new windows, but you don't want to pay a fortune.
Appreciate you,
Thanks,
Nicky.
buddy.
January is a
appreciate
great
no
time
problem,
of
man.
year.
See you,
Thanks
buddy.
to